Out of any dish I've ever made, this is the most requested recipe I've ever been asked for. And I find that so funny because it's so easy to make. So first you want to cut up some beef. You can use any kind, but flank is preferred. Here I'm using sirloin. And you just want to slice it as thin as you can. I like to do some long pieces and some short pieces. And then we're going to marinate our meat in this mixture. I'm listing everything on the screen. The reason that we use cornstarch is because we just want it to have like a light coating, and it kind of gives the sauce something to stick to. Now, I don't usually measure, so I'm trying my best to give you guys a measurement, but I just keep in mind that I used a really big batch of meat. So if you have a smaller amount of meat, probably use half of this. And I'm just getting in there with my hands. You can use gloves if you want to, though. After you mix it, you just want to let it sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. We're also going to make a sauce that we're going to pour over at the end that'll thicken up. So it's pretty much the same exact thing as I used for the marinade, except I filled the tub up the rest of the way with water and added minced garlic. This is optional, but I'm just cutting up some onion because I like onion in pretty much everything. Now at the stove, you want to bring up some water to like a simmer or a boil and then add in your broccoli. We're just going to blanch it for about 1 to 2 minutes. I don't want to overcook it because it's going to cook again when we add in our meat. After that, I just remove the broccoli and dump the water out, and then I'm adding some oil to our wok. And then we're going to add in our meat. A lot of people are going to tell you not to overcrowd your pan. I honestly don't care, so I'm doing it anyway. Again, I used a big batch of meat, and it's a weeknight and I'm not going to cook this in batches. I'm also adding in our onions now just because it's not the star of the show, so I don't want the onions to be super crunchy. And this part is very, very important. You want to spread out your meat in as thin of a layer as possible and try to leave it alone at least for a few minutes just so that it can get like a nice crust underneath it. And we're going to repeat this process at least 3 times. Again, my batch is probably bigger than yours, so you probably won't have to do it as much as I do. Liquid is going to start to form at the bottom of your pan, so you're just going to repeat that step till most of it evaporates, and then you add in your broccoli and give it a good mix. And then at this point, we're going to add in our sauce. I forgot to mention this earlier, but your heat should be at least at medium heat. That way your sauce can thicken up. This is also why I didn't add the garlic to the pan as I was cooking everything else. I only added it to the marinade because I didn't want it to burn. And I wanted it to have more of a garlic taste too. Now it's time for the plate up. It looks so good at this point. And for the garnish, I didn't do too much today, guys. I just put on some sesame seeds, and no taste test for today, but it was fucking buzz.